you really need it. It's the underground, man, we undefeated. Michael Jackson couldn't beat it, fourth down, couldn't reach it, man, your squad about to lose it. Go ahead and face the music, flip the coin, you still lost. Pay the cost to beat the balls, turn your motherfucking lights off. Yeah, CTE, these niggas can't see me. Got your head fucked up, got the game locked up, and it's over for your ass. Fourth down, you better pass. You know what it is, you ain't gotta ask. It's the underground. Underground, it's the underground, yeah, it's the underground. You better pass, you better run, and that's your ass. Boy, you done. It's the underground, it's the underground, yeah, it's the underground, it's the underground. You better pass, you better run, and that's your ass. Boy, you done.
Yeah, you know what it is, baby. It's the Underground Sports Show. It's your host, Filthy Rich in the house, man. Call into the show. We always live, 412-407-2744. You know what it is, man. It's the Underground Sports Show. Tonight, man, we got a whole bunch, man. Week 6 NFL recap, baby, and a little preview to next week, man. We all over the place, you know what I'm saying? We're going to get into some college football, and we got coaches getting fired everywhere, so we got to get into that, you know what I'm saying? Hey, it is what it is, man. Hey, the Steelers at the top of the AFC. Can we believe it? Hey, man, I don't know, man. Contenders or pretenders, man. I've been asking forever. Nobody knows, man. Nobody can make a decision, but that's okay. We gonna get it right on the underground, man. Yeah. Underground Sports Show. Ow. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. We in the house. Yeah, it's your host, Filthy Rich, once again, man, the Underground Sports Show. Hey, I appreciate you coming out, man. If you're in the chat, man, represent, man. Say what's up. You know what I mean? Let me know where you at, where you from, all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? Hey, once again, we in the house, baby. Like I said, week 6 recap on the NFL season. You know what I mean? It's been a beautiful third of the season already. Yes, 6 games, 18 weeks. That's a third of the season, you know. Quarter of the season went past a while ago, and I was very happy with the Steelers results. And I know some other teams are very happy with their results. But then they start slipping a little bit. 2 more games pass. We got teams getting upset. We got teams going into the bye, thinking about what we're going to do. We're going to get into all that all day, man. But let's start out with some coach firings, man. Bill Callahan was fired from the Tennessee Titans, and he definitely deserved it. Bill Callahan was 4-19 as the head coach of the Titans. If you go back to Cam Ward a couple of weeks ago, he called the whole team ass, pretty much everybody but the coach. So if everybody but the coach is ass, then the coach got to be ass too. That's right. I believe that's right. I remember one time on my job, man, nobody got a bonus, but the supervisor got a bonus. And we ran downstairs and had to check that, like, hold on. How that makes sense? If none of us got a bonus, none of us was worthy, but the guy in charge of us, guy that's supposed to be supervising us, making sure we're supposed to do what we got to do, get a bonus. How that makes sense? So that's how Bill Callahan got fired, because everybody's ass right now on the Tennessee Titans. Defense was worse than last year. They were top 5 defense last year. They're nowhere close to that. You know, Cam Ward can't get right. He's out there looking like Mayo Man Will Levis. And then they ain't got no receivers to save his ass. They really set him up for failure. But Bill Callahan is taking all the smoke, and it is what it is, okay? But one thing I didn't know about this Bill Callahan thing is he also parted ways with the offensive line coach, who was his father, Bill Callahan. And if you don't remember Bill Callahan, let me read this to you real quick, and I'm sure this will remind you of who he is. The Tennessee Titans are cutting ties with multiple members of the Callahan family. A day after firing Bill Callahan, the team announced it was parting ways with offensive line coach Bill Callahan, Brian's father. Titans interim head coach Mike McCoy made Bill Callahan as a longtime NFL coach who has a consistent presence in the NFL since 1995 season. Joined the Titans coaching staff shortly after the team hired Brian in 2024. Despite being under contract with the Cleveland Browns, Bill was allowed to leave the team and coach with his son. After starting in the NFL coaching career as an offensive line coach with the Philadelphia Eagles, Bill took over the Oakland Raiders offensive coordinator job. He was eventually promoted into a head coaching role with the Raiders in 2022, leading the team to the Super Bowl, where they lost to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Y'all remember the Buccaneers shellacked the Raiders after what's his name? Their coach left, Chucky. After Chucky rolled out, Bill Callahan took over, and he had them rolling, took them back to the Super Bowl, but got shellacked because your boy Chucky knew the whole playbook. You know what I mean? After that, he kind of fizzled out. The next year, they was 4-2, had a Super Bowl hangover, and they fired his ass too. So, yeah, that's it on Brian and Bill Callahan. They just didn't make it in the NFL these past 2 seasons. Couldn't make it happen, so they are out the door. Now, another guy that's really on the hot seat already, didn't start the season on the hot seat, but yeah, he's on the hot seat because his team's 0-6, and that's the New York Jets and Aaron Glenn, man. Now, when can Aaron Glenn get his team right, man? It's going to be tough for Aaron Glenn to get a win anywhere, man. I mean, Garrett Wilson is hurt at this point. Justin Fields is playing horrible. And I know he's a defensive guy, but good Lord, like, damn. Justin Fields threw for 45 yards in the last game, and that's the type of thing that gets you fired. Especially if you brought the offensive coordinator along with you. I don't know who it is. I don't know the details there, but I could definitely see something like that get you fired. But let's see what CBS Sports got to say about
the end of the half was one of the most
Aaron
confusing
Glenn,
things I've ever seen in an NFL game by a coach.
Let's rewind that.
The end of the half was one of the most confusing things I've ever seen in an NFL game by a coach. You fake a punt on 4th and 1 to pick it up, and then you don't go. You know, they ran out the clock. You're almost at midfield. Try and go get points. It made no sense. And even Garrett Wilson went over to him as they went in at halftime and started like saying something to him. It just doesn't seem like he understands game and analysis of the game in the moment. And this guy's been in the league. He's been a defensive player. He's been a great defensive coordinator. You know, it's just, there's more. Here's the thing. And you guys know, you've been around this game a long time. Guys have to learn how to be a head coach. You're not calling defensive play. You're not just a defensive coordinator anymore. You got to learn to be a head coach. And I don't think he's learned how to be a head coach yet.
Okay, so that's what my man from CBS Sports got to say about Aaron Glenn, that he's just not learned how to be a head coach yet. You would think it would be an easy transition. A coach is a coach, right? Not so much. You know? He really looked inexperienced with his offensive, basically most offensive coaches have to deal with players, deal with divas like wide receivers, deal with the quarterback, communicate with the quarterback. And it seemed like he was having some communication skills, but I don't really understand. Like you said, you fake a punt, you waste a fake punt, okay? Now, the big deal about wasting a fake punt is you could have saved it when you need it. Now you put it on film, and then and continued in the drive, you don't go for it on 4th down. Again, you just give up and you let the clock run out and you go into the half. Why would you fake a punt and then give up going into the half? That's very hard to understand. Those are definitely things that'll get you fired. I tell you, man, them boys will definitely get rid of you in New York. All right, so past that, though, let's get to the next coach I want to talk here. Now, James Franklin had his way at Penn State. James Franklin got everything he wanted at Penn State. He had Terry Smith up there bringing all the recruits from the western side of Pennsylvania, from the eastern side of Pennsylvania. He asked for new coordinators, which were very expensive. He got that. He was getting paid big money. They still owe him $50 million over like 5 years. And you go out there and you lose 3 games in a row, it basically just looked like you lost the team, James Franklin. You know, and That's just not a good look anywhere. Now, what I want to say about the James Franklin thing, I expected him to get fired after a season like this, no doubt. But I thought they would at least respect him enough to let him finish the season. But I tell you what, man, these young folks today are very, very powerful, man. Very powerful. And when you see players decommitting and you got boosters paying big money for this coach and for these players, there's no way you were going to survive that. And what I mean by these young boys having so much power, the internet is so strong of a communication device. They seen these kids decommitting when these kids can do whatever you want to do, but all they had to do was mention it. And your boy James Franklin was out the door. James Franklin was out the door at Penn State. Now, I just wonder who they're going to replace him with. I don't think they're going to let Terry Smith get this job, even though he's bringing all the talent there. He's already there, so he ain't really, I don't know if he's helping the cause. I think they're going to clean house. But they would be smart to pay Terry Smith whatever he wanted to stay around and keep doing the job that he's doing. Because he rules the Whippeal. And I heard he rules the eastern side of Pennsylvania too, bringing in the best players to Penn State. He's easily doing that. And James Franklin just can't win with him. He can't do it. So yeah, man, hey. I just think that Pitt needs to maybe think about grabbing up Terry Smith too and spending some money once. Okay? And go play Terry Smith whatever he wants to bring them Western Pennsylvania kids back to Western Pennsylvania. Stop letting them go to Happy Valley, all right? Because Pitt should be a way bigger, I was going to call them a powerhouse. I mean, they're in a Power 4 division conference, but they don't always equal up to a powerhouse team, right? You got a team every now and then. As long as Pitt beat somebody like Florida State once a year, they're happy with Narduzzi. They're happy with the talent they do get. They're not really greedy on the talent, and it don't seem like Pitt wants to dish out the funds to do that. But if they could dish out the funds to Terry Smith, maybe he can change all of that. And if Penn State truly cleans house and don't want nothing to do with Terry Smith, Pitt would be so ignorant not to go after Terry Smith. They would be so ignorant not to do that. That's my view on the coaches getting fired lately. But while we're talking about college football, let's take a quick look back into college football. Last week was a wild week in college football, man. It was definitely wild. You know what I'm saying? We got our upsets, you know. We had Indiana. Speaking of teams that ain't all that good, Pitt. I mean, Indiana didn't surpass Pitt. They go out there and beat Oregon by 10, 30-20. And Oregon's one of them teams too, man. That coach, what's his name? I can't think of his name right now. But anyway, yeah, he need to look out a little bit for his job too. Oh, his name. Oh, Dan Lanning. There you go. Yeah, Dan Lanning needs to look out for his job a little bit too, because he's about to be the new James Franklin. Now that James Franklin is out the way, Oregon has never won a national championship. Yeah, they had other coaches that had them decent. Oregon really wasn't good until Nike really started promoting them and changing the jerseys and influencing the kids to come there. Nike's their biggest booster, of course. Right? But Dan Lanning, he's pretty much been letting Oregon down. He has them in the top contentions. Don't get them twisted. They'll be number 1, they'll be 2, 3, 4, make the playoffs every year, but lose. But James Franklin couldn't even do that. And Dan Lanning ain't going to lose 3 games in a row like, James Franklin did. But he has a lot of good players, and he ain't getting them to the top like they want to be, man. Oregon is thirsty for that championship, and they ain't got there yet. at all. So, yeah, big slip up there by Oregon. They still are obviously going to have a chance to get up in the college football playoffs still, since it's expanded. So that's all good. Ole Miss and Texas A&M handled their business. And speaking of Texas, Texas definitely handled their business in the Red River rivalry, man. Texas takes out Oklahoma, who was rolling. Of course, their quarterback Mater tried to come back a little too early from surgery and injury and really didn't look that good. Still had more yards than Manning, though, but Manning played well enough to beat him. It really was about that Texas defense was shutting down Oklahoma most of the game. All right? And, yeah, Texas might be back in it. I don't know. We're going to see. If that defense can keep playing like that, we shall see. I don't know. Oklahoma's usually a little suspect, too, man. They always can't finish the season either. All right? So Alabama's back also. They beat Missouri, who was ranked 14. Alabama's 8. They beat them 27-24. I thought that was pretty interesting. Notre Dame keeps rolling. They seem to be back a little bit. Georgia Tech keeps rolling at number 13. They beat Virginia Tech. So they're to be messed with. My Pitt Panthers take out the Florida State Seminoles, who were ranked 25. I doubt if Pitt get ranked off of that, but hey, we'll take that win right there. They beat Florida State 34-31. It was a great game also. And, of course, last but not least, Colorado finally got a dub, man. Deion Sanders finally got a dub against a ranked team this year. Iowa State was taken out by Colorado 24-17, man. It was a wild game. I wasn't sure if they could hang in there. But, yeah, Caden Salter, the new quarterback, is getting better and better every week. They just couldn't figure out how to win, and they finally got a dub in. So that's what's up. Hill City Sports in the chat says, what's up, Filthy? What's up? LAB, what's the deal with you, man? You already know what it is, man. It's the underground, man. Once again, y'all, man, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, call into the show, interrupt at any time. Soon enough, I'll be getting into some NFL right here. But yeah, man, I'm just taking my time, getting into a little bit of college football here. Once again, Colorado got their W. And, our boy Deion Sanders, man, is going through a lot with the blood clots and stuff. And I really do think that motivated his team this week. He's having a lot of medical stuff going on. Deion, man, let's pray for Deion. Hopefully his medical stuff just goes away, man. Seriously, man. Hopefully, he does what he has to do with the doctor and things can go, because we all want to see Deion keep coaching, no matter if he wins or loses. We want to see the results, man. We want to see Deion give his 100% chance and see what he could do, man. Especially without his son and without Travis Hunter. They were both living on each other. Now let's see what Deion could do, man. So good luck to Deion, man, in his health situation. Once again, I think his team was very motivated, and hopefully that motivation can continue. All right, last couple things I want to check on when it comes to college, man. I can't forget about Mike Vick and Norfolk State, or my boy Deshaun Jackson out in Delaware State. So let's see what Mike Vick did this week. They played on the 11th, yes, Saturday. Well, they played Wolford. They lost to Wolford 31-14. And, yeah, Mike Vick's team is still not looking too good at this point. Their record is... I have to go back. Hold on. 1-6. That's what I thought, man. They only had one win, but Michael Vick's trying his hardest down there, man. Can't get right. But hey, sometimes it takes a while, man. Sometimes it takes a while. Now, I do believe that boy Deshaun Jackson is at Delaware State, another HBCU school. If y'all don't know. And Delaware State, let's see who they had this weekend. I should have. Ooh, jeez. Okay, on Saturday, Delaware State beat SCSU. Who the heck is that? Southern Connecticut Fighting Owls. Jeez, why is their record 0-1? I don't know. But Delaware State is 4-3, and they won 70-23. Man, they got some offense out there, man. So hey, big ups to both coaches, man, just for doing this, man. They ain't got to do this. Neither one of these dudes need the money. They just want the love, man. They want the love for the kids, and I ain't mad at them. It was Sporty Sports in the chat says all here, little brother, no doubt, no doubt. So hey, let's move on from college sports, and we've been talking about coaching heavy, so why not? Let's get into it, man. It's never too early on the underground to get into stuff like that, man. I want to talk a little coach of the year, man. Let's talk some coach of the year candidates. Why not? But before we do that, let's go around the NFL and see what it's looking like. All right? So if we go here to the standings, let's go to the AFC first. AFC East, we got the Patriots leading the division now since they beat the Bills already. They're 4-2, and the Bills are 4-2 coming off an L from Atlanta on Monday night. We'll get into that in a minute. The Dolphins is 1-5, and the Jets is 0-6, right? Hey, they can't get the dub. We just talked about that. And the AFC North, Steelers 4-1 leading the pack. Bengals 2-4. Ravens 1-5, and the Browns is 1-5. That 1-5 and the Ravens still is throwing me off. AFC South, Colts 5-1, Jaguars 4-2, Texans 2-3, Titans 1-5. All right. AFC West, Chargers 4-2, the Broncos is 4-2, and the Chiefs hanging in there, man, hanging the fuck in there at 3-3, sitting at 500 and. Look, man, looking like the most dangerous team in football. Rashee Rice is coming back. And do we got to say anymore, man? Patrick Mahomes is on one. AFC West that ended up is the Raiders are 2-4. Off to the NFC, the Eagles 4-2, Commanders 3-3, Cowboys 2-3, and the New York Giants are 2-4, but not shabby, man. You know, they got Scatterboo in the crew. We're going to see how they come up. They might be the scariest team in football the way they beat the Eagles. NFC North, Green Bay 3-1, Lions 4-2. Is the Lions line? They some line-ass Lions, boy, because the Lions just don't look good to me. I'll get into that later. Vikings 3-2, Bears 3-2. NFC South, Buccaneers 5-1, looking dominant. Falcons 3-2, impressed last night on Monday night. We definitely get into that in a minute. Panthers at 500. It's been so long. 3-3 Panthers are looking impressive. They wasn't having that shit. They was not letting the Cowboys come to town, and we'll definitely get there deeper than that because there's some good stories in that game right there. All right, Saints 1-5, bringing up the rear, but pretty good 1-5 team, man. They be challenging people. You watch the Saints, you'll see what I'm talking about. Rattler is not letting that position to go to Tyler Shop. Rattler got some yards. So anyway, NFC West, last but not least, 49ers 4-2. Seahawks 4-2, Rams 4-2, Cardinals 2-4. Now, LAB, you in the house, man. You said NFC West was going to be the best division of football, and it's definitely looking that way, man. It's definitely looking that way. And the Cardinals is a pretty decent 2-4 team, even though they lost 4 games in a row. They've been banging, man. They had the Colts. They had them, and they let them go, man. They let them go. But yeah, I did all that so we can talk some Coach of the Year candidates, right? Some Coach of the Year candidates. And I got 6 of them for you, man. And it's not really wasn't that difficult to do. If you just been watching all year. Now, these I'm going to put in a certain order, okay? So I'm going to start at the top. My number 1 guy for Coach of the Year is Shane Steichen from the Colts, okay? Now, why? First of all, he's got Jonathan Taylor rolling, right? He's got Jonathan Taylor rolling. Back in effect. Jonathan Taylor kind of slipped up a little bit last year, but now he's got Jonathan Taylor on a 1,400, 1,500 yard pace. And let's not forget about Daniel Jones. You bring Daniel Jones to town, and you make Daniel Jones look like this? You make Daniel Jones, Danny Dimes, Indiana Jones look like this? A competitor? The number 1 team in the AFC? And it ain't like they ain't played nobody yet. They done beat some good teams. Denver, Couple other teams that they beat, that ain't no punks. Let's check that out to make sure. Lost to the Rams, but they beat up the Titans. They beat the Cardinals just the other day. They blew out the Raiders 46. I like blowouts. They beat the Broncos 29-28, and they blew out the Dolphins 33-8. Okay, so they know how to blow you out, man, and they know how to move the ball. For sure. For sure. So, yeah, man, I'm definitely liking Stetson as the coach of the year, man. If they continue on this trajectory, I can't see him giving it to nobody else. Because nobody expected this. That's what makes him the coach of the year to me, as of now. That's what makes him the coach of the year, because nobody's seen this coming. Now, I don't think nobody thought the Colts was ass, but nobody thought the Colts would be, after the first third of the season, would be the best team in the AFC. It may be the best team in football. For real. All right, my next guy up for coach of the year is Todd Bowles, man. Todd Bowles from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, they might be a tie with the Colts for the best team in the best team in the league right now. They're definitely at the top of the NFC right now. Sitting at 5-1. Going out there with all their wide receivers hurt and still slicing it up. Baker Mayfield's a dog. And Todd Bowles got that defense contributing and doing enough to win games. So, yeah, give a shout out to Todd Bowles for managing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with no real big names on defense. And then Mike Evans is hurt. What's my man from Penn State? He's hurt. Wide receiver. And now Emeka Egbuka's hurt too. So, yeah, Todd Bowles is my number 2 guy for coach of the year if the Tampa Bay Buccaneers stay on that trajectory. And it just seems like they might do that, man. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are very dangerous. Now, my number 3 guy for coach of the year, y'all might call me a homer for this one, but it's Mike Tomlin. Yes, the Pittsburgh Steelers and Mike Tomlin have never won coach of the year. As good as Mike Tomlin's been over the year, he's been to the Super Bowl, won the Super Bowl, been to the playoffs multiple times. We all know the story. Never had a losing season, but he's never, ever been the coach of the year. All right? And Mike Tomlin got it twerking right now, man. Everybody said Mr. Old Man Aaron Rodgers. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day in the neighborhood. Would you be my neighbor? Remember that? Mr. Rogers? Nobody thought it was going to work. Nobody thought taking the strategy of paying your defense instead of paying your offense. Nobody in the NFL thinks that works except for Mike Tomlin and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And that's what they do. You got TJ Watt making quarterback money and Aaron Rodgers making linebacker money. Then you go acquire DK Metcalf. Don't have a second wide receiver, and you're still making it work. You start the season off with a bad offensive line, all young guys who haven't gelled, and eventually you make it gel. So yeah, Mike Tomlin is doing a great job with a team where a lot of people thought would not be good because they're too old and too heavy on defense. That doesn't work in the NFL. Well, excuse me, the Steelers are at the top of the AFC, and Mike Tomlin is my number 3 coach for coach of the year. Now, my number 4 coach for coach of the year is the team that actually beat the Steelers this year. The only team that beat the Steelers this year. And that head coach is Mike McDonald, the head coach of the Seattle Seahawks. Yes, I think he's doing a great job in Seattle. In only his second season, he's taken his team and made them into a contender in both seasons. Now this season ain't over, but last year they go 10-7. And this year they're already 3-2. And 3-2 ain't the best record in the world, but what I do like is how he took Sam Darnold, plugged him in, and rolling with Sam Darnold. Rolling. Sam Darnold has made Smith and Jigba one of the best wide receivers in the league. Last year, everybody was saying Justin Jefferson, was making Sam Darnold, and he's the reason. Well, he goes to another team, gets another receiver, and now he got him leading the league in receiving. And Justin Fields is not. So I always say, you got a Heisman winning wide receiver, or you got a number one wide receiver in the league, you got to check out the quarterback, man. It's a dependent position. There's no dominant wide receiver that has a terrible quarterback, dog. It don't go together. Why do you think Jamar Chase was bitching when he had Jake Browning back there and got happy as hell when he just got Joe Flacco? Joe Flacco ain't great, but he's sufficient. All of a sudden, he got 10 receptions for 100 yards. When he was bitching and moaning when Jake Browning was out there. So yeah, the quarterback matters, man. And Sam Darnold matters. Sam Darnold's that dude right now. And he got Mike Macdonald as my fourth coach for Coach of the Year. Now, my fifth coach for Coach of the Year is Mike Vrabel from the Patriots. Look at the Patriots, man, leading that AFC East division that's been dominated by the winter soldier, Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. It's been dominated for years now. But now, they got the Emperor, Bill Belichick, out of there and brought in his young mentor and Mike Vrabel back to town. An ex-Steeler, an ex-Patriot, an ex-linebacker, an ex-player, period, to relate to these players, to relate to Drake May, to relate to these running backs, to relate to this defense that leads the league in sacks. And he's making it work. He steps out there and beats Buffalo and sends Buffalo on a 2-game losing streak because they wasn't even right by the time they got to Atlanta. So yeah, shout out to Mike Vrabel. I knew it was going to work. I didn't know how it was going to work, but I knew Mike Vrabel was going to make it work. And he did. Mike Vrabel for the Patriots is number 5 Coach of the Year. Now, number 6 Coach of the Year, and this is it. My 6th guy that I think is possible going to be the Coach of the Year after a third of the season is Liam Cohen for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, why am I giving Liam Cohen so much credit? He got Jacksonville sitting at 4-2, which I think is a decent record. I think he's got Trevor Lawrence looking better than Trevor Lawrence has looked in multiple seasons. He's got Travis Etienne back as a stellar runner in the NFL. He's making that happen. And he's also managing Travis Hunter and turning it into wins. Everybody wants Travis Hunter to be a wide receiver or a cornerback. He's letting Travis Hunter do what he want to do, and it's turning out to be wins. Okay? 4-2, is it the best record in the NFL? No. But it ain't over till it's over. And Liam Cohen is definitely a candidate for Coach of the Year, all right? But right now, he stands at number 6. And that's it, man. Number 1, Shane Steichen for the Colts. Number 2, Todd Bowles for the Buccaneers. Number 3, Mike Tomlin for the Steelers. Number 4, Mike Macdonald for the Seahawks. Number 5, Mike Vrabel for the Patriots. And number 6, again, Liam Cohen for the Jaguars, baby. There is my Coaches of the Year right now. All right? So, let's look at the injury report, man. Some funky injuries this week, man. Did y'all see Puka Nakua's injury? Man, that was wild. Let's take a look at this right here and see what's up with Puka Nakua.
Rams house Puka Nacua went down with a left foot injury today against the Ravens. Let's break this down. Take a close look at where Puka is grabbing after he went down. Initially that tib, fib, high ankle region, and then the lower lateral side of the ankle. Puka sustained 2 left foot contacts before the end zone play. First, a defender briefly landed on that foot, creating a short external rotation stress, a mild or partially syndesmotic high ankle mechanism. Second, the foot inverts with the lateral foot and midfoot slamming against the turf. And then on the end zone play, we see great mechanics as he goes up to high point the ball. No snap or pop of the calf Achilles complex. And from this angle, we can see the possible injury or re-aggravation. He lands first on that forefoot in plantar flexion, and in the next sequence, there is a slight inversion. You can also see the forefoot being pushed up towards the midfoot, causing a lateral midfoot compression moment. Contact pulls his body backwards, so the tibia is also rotating over a semi-flexed foot, adding a secondary external rotation stress at the syndesmosis. This is a recognized but less common high ankle mechanism, even without over dorsiflexion. A true Lisfranc is unlikely here. There's no sustained forefoot abduction or twist against a fixed midfoot. Fortunately, he did return into the game, but was pretty limited. But it does mean that the initial x-rays were negative for major fractures. Bear in mind, a lot can be missed with playing films that would later be caught on CT and MRIs. We did see a combo of low ankle, high ankle, and midfoot involvement, making it difficult to definitively say what specific injury he may have sustained. If just low ankle, very low concern, likely playing with minimal to no dip next week. Midfoot decreases cuts, acceleration, and foot strength. Mild can cost anywhere from 0 to 1 week. A mild high ankle should be monitored for next day swelling. It can be worse than initially thought. Average would be 1 to 2 weeks there. Puka, looking like a triple crown winner, has been crushing it. We'll hopefully see him out there next week, wishing him a safe and speedy recovery.
Yeah, okay, so that's it on Puka Nacua, man. That was pretty descriptive, too, man. I seen that, I was like, man, I got to show this. Because I thought that was pretty descriptive there on Puka Nacua, man. It could be anything, basically, or sad. And really, the big story with the Puka Nacua injury is his play, man. Puka Nacua has been killing it. He's got over 50 receptions already. That's fucking crazy. He's on a trajectory for 150 receptions. But this injury is going to derail that, of course. But I was ready to see that. I'm pretty upset about him getting hurt. And, yeah, that's not cool. Hopefully it's a speedy recovery for Puka. I don't think Matt Stafford, who is my fantasy quarterback, is the same without Puka Nacua, of course. And he wasn't the same. They only scored 17 points as a result of Puka Nacua getting hurt. So, pretty upset about that. All right, another injury was Anthony Richardson. Has an orbital fracture, right? Has an orbital fracture.
Arby's. I'm back in the.
All right, hold up. Yeah, he had an orbital fracture. Anthony Richardson suffered an orbital fracture from the resistance band he was using pregame today. Broke. This update comes after he was hospitalized for the injury. No news on severity, but you can expect him to be out 4 to 8 weeks and likely take a trip to the IR. All right, so, yeah, Anthony Richardson, once again, big dude, for whatever reason, can't stay away from injury. Now, this ain't a football injury type thing, freak accident, but still, man, it's just the type of thing that just keeps happening to Anthony Richardson, man. And for a guy that can't read the defense, just like Najee Harris, vision is fucked up. You don't need an eye issue, man. And the orbital fracture, yeah, that's all the little bones around your eye. And a guy that don't see the field well don't need eye problems, right? That's pretty jacked up, though, man, right there for Anthony Richardson, man. And I just feel like he had a chance in this league with his size, and if he was able to develop. And I just called that coach of the year right now. And, you know, if he couldn't develop him, maybe nobody can develop Anthony Richardson. Or maybe he'll be like one of these dudes I just talked about, Sam Darnold, who developed late, Geno Smith. Maybe he'll be one of them. But I don't know, man. He never really showed the vision in college either, man. He's just a freak athlete. So, who knows, man. Let's take out some more injuries around the league because it's very important. Mecca Ibuka. Wide receiver for the Bucks with the hamstring. Rookie, man, getting busy. He was on the MVP trajectory as a rookie, and he's hurt. Marvin Harrison Jr., he's been playing a little better. He's out with a concussion. Garrett Wilson out with a knee in that lackluster game. So, yeah, losing him, man, Oh, Aaron Glenn about to get fired. LAB in the chat says he said he has Cam Jackson. He was Cam Jackson. Who we talking about, bruh? Who we talking about? Calvin Ridley, wide receiver, Titans with the hamstring. That does not help Cam Ward right there at all. Already he's been out. Brock Purdy, J.J. McCarthy, you know that. Kyler Murray's been out with a foot, man. We'll get into Kyler Murray being out later, man. That's interesting right there, too. But, yeah, Mario Hampton out for the Chargers. Najee Harris out for the Chargers. But they still had Kay Van Al ran for 100-something yards for the Chargers, man. Something about Harbaugh know how to get a running back, man. He know how to get anybody to run the ball. It is what it is. We're Harbaugh on that. But, yeah, a whole bunch of injuries, a little bit of injuries everywhere, man. CeeDee Lamb's still out. You know, George Pickens is definitely happy about that one. So, yeah, he's a fan of that one. All right, we're going to go to halftime, man, and then after that, we're going to get into some more Steeler focus, man. We're going to get all around the league and the NFL games, man. So don't go nowhere, man. It's the Underground Sports Show, and it's halftime, man. We'll be right back. It's halftime. It's halftime. It ain't over yet. Yeah, it's your boy Filthy Rich in the house, man. The host of the Underground Sports Show. And you know what it is, man. We always live call into the show 412-407-2744. Definitely hit the like button. If you're new around here, subscribe to the channel, man. The best sports show in your city, in my city, the Underground Sports Show. Ow, yeah. Yeah, let's get into it a little bit. I ain't forget my Steelers, man. I ain't forget the rest of y'all teams, man. You know what I'm saying? Got a lot to talk about for sure. It's halftime. It ain't over yet. Now, let's get into it, man. Let's get into it, man. Hey, over the weekend, man, and Monday night, we had some great football, man. We definitely did. Before I get into the Steelers, man, let's talk about the big-time parlay busters that we had on Monday night, man. Doubleheader on Monday night, and they just keep doing this doubleheader thing, man. I like to watch all of football, man. All of football, and they just keep hitting me with these doubleheaders. We got another one next week. And I just can't watch two games at the same time because I get into in tune. I'm not changing the channel, and it's killing me. But I kind of get it. I kind of get maybe what they thinking. Maybe one coach want to watch this game. The other coach want to watch this game. Let's get some multiple ratings going around. I don't know. I would like to know how that's working out for the NFL. They played with it last year. They always play with it the first game of the year on Monday night. They've been doing that for 10, 12 years. I get that. But now, it's every week. And last night, we had two, gotta do that good, parlay busters, man. That's what I call them, man. First of all, you get on upset alert on Sunday. And then if you get upset, now you on parlay buster. You know what I mean? And I didn't even get to do upset alert on Sunday. But I do got some parlay busters today, man. As soon as I walked in the night, I said, hey, man, as soon as I walked into work tonight, I said, hey, man, anybody win any money on them games last night? Nope. Busted my parlay, man. The Bills did me dirty. And LAB, I must apologize again about that ATL squad you was talking about, right? The ATL's bringing the grits blitz. Now, if you know anything about old school NFL football back in the 80s, the Atlanta Falcons was tough with what was the country motherfucking coach's name? Jerry Glanville, man. And he had this scheme or defense that was called the grits blitz. Now, you know the South, man, they love their grits, you know what I mean? So that's what the grits is about. But the grits blitz was lethal. I mean, this dude was sending the house and nobody could fuck with it. And last night, all I could think while I was watching my quarterback, my fantasy quarterback, the winter soldier, Josh Allen, get shut the fuck down. All I could think about was the grit splits because they was sitting in the house and Josh Allen couldn't figure it out at all. At all. Now, they wanted to say Josh Allen don't got this receiver and that receiver. I didn't want to blame it on that. I'm watching the guy. I think he got half decent receivers. Does he have great receivers? No. But Shakir is a nice little slot dude. He's very, run after catch. And then you got Keon Coleman, who's young, but he's a big body. Now, Palmer also got hurt last night. But then you got two tight ends, Knox, Kincaid. You got James Cook out the backfield. There's no excuses for Josh Allen. The Atlanta Falcons and the Grits Blitz came to fucking play. They came to play and make the Bills look regular, man. The Bills are going into a bye on a 2-game losing streak. And that's not how you want to go to a bye. You do not want to go into a bye busting everybody's parlay. That is not what you want to do. Because now you got to work on your vacation. A lot of people don't know that bye week is a vacation for these NFL players. They want to go spend a little bit of extra time with their family and blah, blah, blah. But no, you on a 2-game losing streak, Buffalo. And you're Super Bowl contenders. You're second place in your division to the Patriots. You got a quarterback that's not an MVP. And got a first-year head coach. And got a defense that looks way better than yours. So the Buffalo Bills got a lot to figure out. And that's why they was the parlay buster this week. But they wasn't the only ones. The Washington Commanders. Somebody dropped the controller. Somebody's controller last night. The battery ran out. The button didn't work. But that fumble, bro. How do you fumble the ball in the fourth quarter like the Washington Commanders did? I know it was spraining. But number one, and I know you got a rookie running back there. That was part of it. But he's the only guy you got to go with right now. But it really wasn't his fault. If you watch the play, Jayden Daniels never controlled the ball. He probably should have just held on to it himself. He kind of threw it into the belly of a rookie running back in the rain. It made himself look like a rookie. And gave the ball to the Bears. Now, all I could think of was last year how the Washington Commanders got out on the Bears, right? Y'all remember that? The Hail Mary? That's where everybody recognized Jay Daniels was that dude. It was the same two teams, bruh. But this year, instead of Jay Daniels being the hero, he was this far away from not being a hero last year. He became the hero. And this year, man, you got to put the dunce cap on, bro. Now, is it the coach's fault for having him in a shotgun every fucking play and all that? I mean, hey, you can fumble under center too. You can fumble that snap too, especially if you ain't used to it. So I don't know if you want to do that. I hate that how they be in the shotgun every play. But I don't really want to blame that on the coach. They snap the ball to you. It's your job to control the ball. No matter the weather conditions. This is why all these NFL teams want to go to a dome, because they don't want to have to deal with the weather conditions. I like the elements, man. It changes the game. And they made a huge mistake. And the worst part of the rain is when it just start raining. And it would just start raining at the end of the game all of a sudden, bro. But the Bears, give a shout out to the Bears, man. They scrapped it out. And the Bears, man. The Bears is on what? A 4-game winning streak or a 3? The Bears started out 0-2. And now they're 3-2. So they're on a 3-game winning streak. Shout out to the Bears. Still giving up more points than they're forcing. But that's okay right now. I will take 3 wins in a row. Versus Commanders, Raiders, and Cowboys. I'll take it. You beat teams you were supposed to beat, and then when the contender came, you took them down. It was their mistake, but you was in the game. Mistakes happen all throughout the game. People love to blame it on the last mistake, but it can happen anytime in the ball game. It can happen anytime in the ball game. So yeah, man, them was my 2 parlay busters. And geez, man, them boys blow that game. The Washington Commanders. The Bills just got their ass whooped. I was impressed with the Atlanta Falcons. But the Washington Commanders, they gave it up to the Bears, man. And the Bears took a full advantage on a 3-game winning streak. You got to give a shout out to the Bears. All right? So, a little bit about my Steelers. We know we beat the Browns, so we not just going to keep, rubbing that in the Browns' face. You know what I mean? Like, we not going to keep doing that. You know what I mean? It's the Browns. Do we care that much? Do we really care that much? Do we care about any of y'all much? I think Mike Tomlin's trying to get all y'all coaches fired right now. I don't really think he like none of y'all getting credit like Stefanski, 2-time coach of the year. I think Zach Taylor been almost coach of the year 1 year. Jim Harbaugh, whatever. We run you. Even though you the biggest rival, we run you. I think Mike Tomlin's trying to get y'all fired. That's what it looked like. He's even out here calling the Browns stupid for trading Flacco to the Bengals. He's probably pissed off because he got to see Joe Flacco, but he's still taking shots. Saying nobody over here would do no stupid shit like that. I don't think that's smart. He said it the nicest way he could say it. Nobody over here would do no dumb shit like that. Trade Flacco to a contender. But the Browns suck. They know they suck. It's probably time try to squeeze Shador up in there any way they can. They'll probably leave Dylan Gabriel out there until he can't walk no more. Get him lit up. And then say, oh, well, we had to put Shador in the game. They ain't just going to give it to Shador, are they? Because that's what I think really came out of the Steelers game. Now that we recapping, man, I done talked shit on Myles Garrett, ghost ass, his favorite Halloween. His favorite holiday is Halloween, so I'm pretty sure you're going to be a ghost this year for Halloween. Because we ain't seen you in Pittsburgh, bro. Where you at? No, Myles Garrett, we don't know who you are, sir. At all. But let a Browns fan tell you about a little something.
Well, go ahead and make it 22 straight games that the Browns have blown over there in Pittsburgh, getting their butts absolutely stomped yet again, this time by a score of 23-9. Kevin Stefanski in this Browns offense is the worst I've ever seen. Dylan Gabriel could do nothing. This is the Cleveland check down Browns. That's all this is. Defense did their best early on in the game, but they get worn down. Myles Garrett once again in another Pittsburgh matchup, a big no-show, while TJ Watt on the other side of the ball continues to impact the game over and over again. Jerry Jeudy sucks. He can't catch. Harold Fannin Jr. dropped like 2 passes in college last year, and he's dropping passes every single week. That's the problem with this team, with this losing culture. The suck runs through everything. It infects everything. The suck is real, and this team sucks. Whether you like Kevin Stefanski or you don't, you like Andrew Berry in this regime or you don't, I don't see how anybody involved in this survives what we're watching over and over and over for the rest of this season. Guys, there's still 11 more games that we got to go through with this. So we'll see how it plays out, obviously, but things are not looking good in any way for the Cleveland
Browns. Hey, fans is tired of the Browns, man. I'm telling you, he didn't do himself no help not putting Shador in there, bro. You know how many, at least 50%, 60 probably, of the Cleveland Browns fans want to see Shador, want Shador to be the quarterback, and feel like that's just the best idea, no matter if it works or not. It's just the best idea. What are we doing? You got to ask Cleveland, what are we doing? And that's what they man said. This is my man's from the Dogs at Cleveland Browns podcast. My man got a whole podcast, got all his Cleveland Brown gear in the back, dedicating his time to the Cleveland Browns. And they suck, as he said. All they do is suck. And sucking is contagious. And that's why I be trying to tell y'all, man, y'all got to give a little credit to Mike Tomlin, man. Especially when he's winning, at least be quiet. And he's kind of always winning. You never hear nobody say the Pittsburgh Steelers suck. Now, was it bad last year we went on that losing streak? Yeah, there's a lot of good teams, too. We just lost to them all. It is what it is. We had some cancers in the house. You seen Russell Wilson get his shit snatched. See George Pickens be a baby already until CeeDee Lamb got hurt. Then he turned into a superhero. We don't need that type of attitude around here. It would already be fucked up. Once he seen how fast DK Metcalf was, he'd be pissed. So no. Don't give me that, man. Last year, shit was screwed up. Justin Fields just threw for 45 yards, bro. 45 yards. Now, shout out to Denver, but 45 yards? Come on, bro. I believe the only reason he did that to the Steelers is because he kind of knew it. It was kind of like a practice game, you know? You've been practicing against that defense for a while. You can get used to that defense. You start to know the tendencies. But it'll wake you up on Sunday mornings if you ain't ready. And you can think you're ready, but you don't be ready. And that's what a lot of teams weren't running to all the time with the Steelers. That's what they do. But once again, man, where was Myles Garrett at? Let's check out some more coach talk.
Kevin Stefanski's status. Heat index. 1 to 10. 1 to 10. 10 is you're fired. It's just a matter of time. 1 to 10, right now, 7.5 on the heat index. I don't know how you're going to save your job, Kevin. I don't. I want somebody in that building to tell me why this guy should be back next year. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? You have the worst offense in the league. Guy's an offensive coach. Enough. Enough. You're going to run this guy back out here? And I'm not trying to get people fired. I just can't watch this crap, Chris. I can't.
Of course you can't. Riz, the Browns offense last year scored 15 points a game. They're only scoring 13 and a half this year. They got worse.
Okay, that's man Riz from basically the fan down there in Cleveland. You know what I mean? Big time radio talk. I think he's the big guy down there, the biggest, most popular guy down there. You'll hear me reference Riz a lot when it comes to the Cleveland Browns. I think he's pretty hilarious. And he's spitting facts though, man. Hey, they start speaking like that, you got to go. You got to go. Even Cleveland ain't that sad that they don't know that. Cleveland does try. As much as it seems like Cleveland don't try, they do. They do. And Stefanski was a good offensive coach, man. He really was for a minute, man. When he had a lot of talent, though. Nick Chubb, he had Baker Mayfield. The Browns didn't think that mattered. The Browns wasn't impressed with Baker Mayfield. The Browns let Nick Chubb walk away because they thought he was too hurt when he's still running for touchdowns for Houston. I mean, the Browns don't do a good job in the front office either. So I don't know if it's all Stefanski, but he's definitely about to get fired though, because they're not feeling it.
Oh my God.
Cleveland's not feeling it. They're not trying to keep losing. Don't sound like it to me. At all. A little more coach talk here, man. Let's see what we got about another squad.
And talking to people up in Maryland, you hear it. It's coming.
The Ravens. It's coming.
People are calling for John Harbaugh. They're saying it's gotten stale. And I don't necessarily agree with that. I don't think you could have the reincarnation of Don Shula, Bill Belichick all together in one, and you're not winning with this group the way it is right now. But when Lamar Jackson gets back, if he's the same Lamar Jackson and that schedule softens and they don't start winning games, then you're going to have that conversation. I don't know if you would make that move, but maybe if it gets stale, and you've been around this, and you played for a coach where it got stale, and they fired him. They say everybody gets hired to get fired, and at some point he will be fired. I don't think now is the time. And talking to people.
All right, that's my man from CBS Sports again, too, talking about Harbaugh. And the last thing he said was he doesn't think it's time. I kind of agree with him, too. I'm just really wondering how Baltimore's going to react, though. I'd love to have an ear plugged in to the Ravens fans, to big-time Ravens fans. I think a decent percentage of Ravens fans are blaming John Harbaugh and ready to get him out of town. Because, I mean, if you got people trying to get Mike Tomlin out of here in Pittsburgh at this point, Harbaugh's got to be kind of going through the same thing. Kind of got a similar resume other than, never having a losing season or whatever like that. But Harbaugh's got a Super Bowl and he's got a good quarterback at hand right now. He's successful with that. I think they're just allowing their feelings about this defense. Come on now. I mean, even if you ain't a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, Pittsburgh Steelers people and the Pittsburgh Steelers is all defense. And Baltimore is like a copycat, okay? They want to be us bad. So they copy us, okay? So they go defense first, and they got their town used to that. And as soon you can't be last. Last? Now, I'll take the last defense in the league if we can win a couple games with it, and our offense is great. But the offense winds up fucking up too. Lamar Jackson be choking a little bit, situational football, or they'll pass the ball too much when they forgot to run the ball, and yeah. So, there's some fallacies in Jim Harbaugh's game, and I see what people are talking about. But giving up on a good coach that's been there before and has the experience that Jim Harbaugh has, and the pedigree doesn't make sense to me. So I think Baltimore would be stupid to get rid of Harbaugh because I don't really understand who else they would get. Now, going back to Cleveland, Stefanski, he could go. But the Ravens, I think they owe Harbaugh a little bit. But I do get the Rams. Pittsburgh Big Dog says salute to the underground, man. I appreciate you, Pittsburgh Big Dog. Salute to SE Sports World 2 for show. Steel City Sports World. Gotta watch the show, man. It'll be on tomorrow night on Wednesdays. I always catch it at 9 p.m. You know what I'm saying? Great show. Their Steelers focus is great, but they also get around into the college. And the best part about it is they definitely dig into the high school sports, man. So, dad, I love the Pittsburgh Big Dog. His channel, SC Sports World. Go check it out, man. So, yeah, but back to Mike Tomlin getting these coaches fired, man. Once again, you heard it about the Cleveland coach Stefanski. You heard about it, Jim Harbaugh. And you know Zach Taylor really ain't shit, man. You know, he keep getting Joe Burrow hurt. He's not protecting the asset, man. That's one thing that'll get you fired, too. It's up to Joe Flacco and Thursday night to save Zach Taylor's job. Pittsburgh Steelers got a short week coming off, you know, a pretty good game against Cleveland. It wasn't complete. Steelers still haven't played a complete football game. But you know who has been complete and has played a complete football game? A unit that we thought was one of the worst units on this football team at the beginning of the season has played 2 elite games that I'm proud of. Really, I'm going to say 3. And I'll explain why it's 3. But 2, absolutely. The offensive line has played elite in 2 of these games so far. And when you play like that, when you give up no sacks, no holding calls, because a holding call is the worst call in football. Not the worst call in football, but how I want to say it. The worst penalty you could get is holding. Automatic 10 yards backwards, and you lose the down. So you're stuck. Right? It's just like a sack. So don't hold. If you can hold, not hold, don't do it. Protect your quarterback, I'm fine with that. But other than that, prevent that altogether. But once again, in the Patriots game, and last week here, in the game, we gave up 0 sacks. That's 2 games with 0 sacks. The game before that, they only gave up 2 sacks, and it was on the same lineman, Salmalo, whatever his name. The left guard. He gave up 2 sacks on his own. And then after that, there was no more. Both of them was in the first quarter, too. So they almost went about 7 quarters without giving up a sack. And you know you got old man Aaron Rodgers. And we asking you to do the job. Salute to the offensive line, man. Real talk. If I'm their coach, I'm talking them up right now. I'm wasting no time giving them credit and giving them praise and making themselves feel good about themselves. And I see them on the field feeling good about themselves. When they getting first downs on the ground, they getting up, first down, linemen celebrating. When you see linemen celebrating, you know you got it popping. You know you got it popping on offense. When linemen celebrating after first downs, and we driving, because the only time offensive line celebrate, you got to drive the ball. You know what I'm saying? You got to drive the ball, and they get happy. Because all offensive linemen like to dominate. You like the feeling of it. You like to push another fucker around and dominate him all day. And when you start doing it, you start talking your shit. And I've been seeing that on the Steelers offensive line. And I like it. I really do. I like it a lot. And I'm motivated to see them keep playing well. I really hope somebody in that Steelers staff is telling them boys that. Because they can be good. They have the talent. You got first-round draft picks at tackle. You got a center that you snuck out of the draft in the 3rd round. Let's make it happen. Every time the Steelers get a good center, a young stud that steps in, something about a center, you know you got one when you got one. It don't take no time to develop. You got him. You got him. Mike Webster, DeMarty Dawson, the twin, Mike Pouncey. When you got a dog at center, you got a dog at center. You know right away. So let's go, man. The key is keeping Aaron Rodgers upright because we see what his arm got already. He says his last year. We'll take that for guys last year. I like that arm that he's displaying. I really do. Now, that underthrow, I don't know what got into that underthrow that he threw to DK Metcalf. He was open, too. That would have been another bomb. But you didn't see that consistently. What you've seen consistently was accurate passes. Like the game before where DK caught it over dude. It was so accurate in the end zone. And then DK's first catch in this pass game where he caught it on the sideline. Pop, pop, right there. You see the accuracy. You see the pass to Connor Hayward in the back of the end zone. Aaron Rodgers throwing across. Bro, you're not even supposed to do that when you're young. So the arm strength is still there. That arm strength from Aaron Rodgers is definitely still in the house. All right, man. Well, that's my Steeler focus, man. I really want to show y'all something about Shador, though, man. Look at this right here. This shit had me tripping, bro. This is so funny. Let's check out my man Shador Sanders or whoever this is at the Steeler game, bro. Funny.
You know I am?
Yep.
Who?
Shador Sanders.
Yes, sir.
I wanted you to go in.
I know.
Why did they wait so long for Gabriel?
I don't know, man. He's a good guy, though, bro.
Don't give up.
You know the fans are cheering for you,
Thank
bro.
you. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Seriously, we wanted to see you play, man.
Hey,
We wanted you to play so bad.
I appreciate it. You see me on the field or you see me on the side?
Oh yeah, we're like, come on, put him in. We were yelling, put in Sanders, put in Sanders. Come on, coach, we want 12.
Hey, everything happened for a reason. You know, I'm just thankful to God that I even have the opportunity to get on the field and to just get the chance. You know what I'm saying? So
We love you. We love you.
I appreciate y'all.
And your dad, get a picture, get a picture.
Wait. Do you have a Shiloh?
Okay,
My
yeah,
brother?
number 28. Well, he was 28. I wanted to buy his jersey, but that's all right. I still love him too.
You know I am?
Okay, she represented the Yo, Shiloh is cutting up for this one, man. Shiloh Sanders was telling everybody he was Shador. I thought it was funny, yo. I thought it was real funny. So funny that I got another clip of it, man. Let's check it out real quick.
What's up, man? I'm Shador today. We had the Browns game. I'm here with Florida. I don't know if y'all remember from the show when we was younger. I'm here with my mom. And y'all are here with Shador today. You know what I'm saying? Got the drip on today. Got the chain. Got the perfect timing on, man. I grew my beard out, you know what I'm saying? So I could be like Shador today. And Browns, I'm right here if y'all need me, you know what I'm saying? So
Right.
if y'all need me at halftime, I'm right up here, so I'll come down.
There you
Yes,
go.
sir.
So, what quarter do you think you're going to get into?
That looks good.
Okay.
You're doing it right here, bro. Oh, yeah. I'm Shador. How you doing, bro?
What's good, baby? Let me get that little orgy right here. We got time today on blood.
What can I say, man? I'm Shador today, man.
On blood.
Hey, I'm about to throw for 300.
Hey, take that.
So with it. Nah, I'm Shador. I'm Shador. I'm just late to my game today.
You are a real deal. Hope you get the league, man.
Nah, that'd be nice.
Yeah?
How you doing, man? Shador.
I know who you are. I ain't think I never meet you.
I know who you are.
Appreciate it, man. You said who? You said what was my name?
Tyler?
Do I really look like Shiloh? I don't look like Shador?
A little bit, man.
All right, man. What's up, man?
Hey, I thought that was sweet, bro. That was funny as hell, man. Hey, good idea by Shiloh, you know what I'm saying? Dressed up like his brother. Hey. He got the legendary chain on and everything, man. I thought it was funny as hell, yo. Pittsburgh Big Dog says Shiloh is straight comedy. Definitely, man. I'm weak over here, man. And people really thinking... And they really thought he was, a couple of people really thought he was Shador too, man. That's the funny part about it. Hilarious, man. Hilarious. Did they expose Cleveland for having the wrong quarterback in the game? Now, did the Steelers help Cleveland say, hey, Shador should be the starter? Now, I don't really think that's the truth. I think it should be the truth. It's not, because I think they would have been said it by now that Shador is going to start. But, you know, they'll milk the clock a little bit. I don't know. It might come out Thursday and say Shador's starting or something like that. I think Shador should be the starter. I don't know what they're waiting on, man. I mean, Dylan Gabriel, they set him up for failure a little bit. 52 passes, and Judkins was running well. Not against the Steelers, but, I mean, you at least got to act like you're going to run the ball, right? You can't give up on it with a rookie quarterback in a tight game. For him to throw the ball 52 times, that was kind of crazy. I heard he broke some type of record for throwing the ball so many times and not throwing a touchdown. Nobody ever threw the ball 52 times and didn't throw a touchdown. Steelers should have had about 3 or 4 picks. So I think the Steelers exposed Cleveland, but Cleveland refused to be exposed when it comes to Shador, man. They're not willing to put Shador in the game unless it's a must, okay? Unless it's a must. Even Shador, I seen where he said he thought he was getting in the game because Dylan Gabriel was playing so bad. At the end, I thought I was getting in. But they benched him when he was playing so bad, though. Remember that? They benched him when he was playing so bad. But, you know, when should they get Shador a chance? But remember where Eric Dickerson said, remember his comment saying that the NFL altogether didn't really want Shador in it? Well, not the NFL so much, but teams just really boycotted Shador, and they was going to treat him like this. They wasn't even going to draft him. That's what Eric Dickerson said. He heard from an NFL insider. And he's thinking about Shador right now, just like I am. He's thinking about Shador. Okay? And this is what he had to say recently about his comments that he made before. Let's check it out.
I didn't make that up. That's true. That's true. That's true. That's a true statement. I mean, I got it from an inside source. The guy who works for the National Football League. He got it from inside the league. You know, I know they don't care for his dad. I think Deion's a great guy. Deion tries to help these young men become men, not boys. And I just feel like it was wrong what they did to him. You go to a team like the Browns. I mean, honestly, that's not a good football team. I hate to see him now. I wish they would have cut him. The Browns have had so many first-round picks and screwed it up. I mean, that's a bad football team. They were bad when I played. I mean, they were decent. I think they were pretty good, but they're horrible. I don't think he's gonna get a fair shot there. I don't, because I don't think they really wanted him. I don't think the coach wanted him. They should have fired him too. But I'm not a Browns fan, you know, at all, so I could care less. But I mean, I'm a Shador fan. I'm a Deion Sanders fan. I didn't make that up. That's true. That's true. That's true. That's a true statement.
Well, that's what ED said, backing his shit up. I didn't make that up. I ain't make that up. That's a true statement. I got that from an insider in the NFL, and they hating on Shador. But it seems like they're warming up to it. Joe Flacco, getting rid of Joe Flacco. Dylan Gabriel looking bad versus Steelers. I think he'll probably look better against somebody else. I don't know how long it's going to take for Shador to get in the game. But I don't know, man. It's hard to figure out the Browns. It's hard to figure out the Browns. And he's saying that the whole league didn't want him. And somebody came through and saved the day and said, man, don't do that, man. Just draft the kid so we can avoid the real bullshit. We'll take a little bit of the bullshit. But we want to avoid the big bullshit, right? All right, so anyway, Steelers got a quick turnaround. Thursday night, Bengals. Let's get it, man. We're going to knock them boys out, man. All right, so I wanted to talk also about some more games, man. Chargers at Miami. Miami had the Chargers, and they let them off the hook, man. Could have been another parlay buster right there, but they let them off the hook. And let's see what Tua got to say about it.
Or said today after the game.
My bad. Yeah, let's see what Tua got to say about it.
Leadership in helping articulate that for the guys, and then what we're expecting out of the guys, right? We're expecting this. Are we getting that? Are we not getting that? We have guys showing up to player-only meetings late, guys not showing up to player-only meetings. Like, there's a lot that goes into that. Do we have to make this mandatory? Do we not have to make this mandatory? So it's a lot of things of that nature that we got to get cleaned up, and it starts with the little things like that.
I'm gonna hit that back real quick. All right, let's listen to that again.
I think it starts with the leadership in helping articulate that for the guys, and then what we're expecting out of the guys, right? We're expecting this. Are we getting that? Are we not getting that? We have guys showing up to player-only meetings late, guys not showing up to player-only meetings. Like, they're...
All right, so when he said that part about the players-only meeting and all that, guys kind of jumped on him and said, look, man, you a leader. Why you ain't leading the crew? But he never excluded himself in this. The whole time he's saying we. So he's putting himself in there with the coach and the other leaders, the GM and all that stuff, and saying, yo, we ain't doing this right. And maybe he's just putting everything on blast before y'all just sit here and blame everything on me. At some point, every man's got a breaking point to where he's got to earn his respect. He's got to keep his respect. Right? Every man's got his breaking point. And we don't even hear Tua speak out a lot. This is the first year to where we really heard Tua speak out. And it really started with Tyreek Hill tweaking last year, saying that he wanted to be on a different team and all this, and his team don't do this and don't. When you might have been part of the problem. That's what Tua came back out and said at the very beginning of the season in training camp. Tua said that. So now, during a losing streak, they're asking him weird questions. And he's like, nah, man. I'm back to voicing my opinion because y'all should keep trying to blame this on me. When it's a lack of leadership. Not that it ain't me either. But we need to fix some things, man. And it might start out with the head coach, man. Let's listen to Mike McDaniels. And that's another thing. A lot of people talk about Tua throwing everybody under the bus. Matter of fact, let's get into this one real quick.
What Tua Tagovailoa said today after the game, he may have been talking to McDaniels. But Tua, because I did this to Kyler Murray. I called him to the front of the congregation last Monday. I'm calling Tua to the front of the congregation. Everything that you said post-game had to do with players, right? And the last time I checked, you wear that C on your chest, which means you're one of the leaders on this team. So if players aren't showing up to player-led meetings, that starts with you. That has nothing.
Now, to me, it never seemed like Tua was talking to Mike McDaniels and Mike McDaniels only. All he kept saying was we. So once again, this is CBS Sports, another cat on CBS Sports. And I'm going to hit it back. And y'all listen to what he's saying and remember what Tua was saying, though.
What Tua Tagovailoa said today after the game, he may have been talking to McDaniels. But Tua, because I did this to Kyler Murray. I called him to the front of the congregation last Monday. I'm calling Tua to the front of the congregation. Everything that you said post-game had to do with players, right? And the last time I checked, you wear that C on your chest, which means you're one of the leaders on this team. So if players aren't showing up to player-led meetings, that starts with you. That has nothing to do with Mike McDaniels. That has nothing to do with Chris Greer. That has nothing to do with anybody that is not in that locker room. That is you, that are your teammates that all wear that C on their chest. That's you guys not holding each other accountable. That has nothing to do with the head coach. And what I see out of Tua Tagovailoa, I've never seen him come to the front and say, I have to play better. When he's questioned about the volume of turnovers, it's him being defensive. What do you mean? I don't turn the ball over.
Turnovers in bunches.
but you turn the ball over. You don't hold yourself accountable. And in order for this organization to play well and to win football games, you have to lead. And no matter what's going on around you, we talked about this a couple weeks ago. No matter what's going on in the front office, in the media, that's out of the players' hands, right? And it comes down to you fighting for the man next to you, your brother that's in the huddle, your brother that's across the locker room for you. So don't worry about any of that. It starts with you. You need to look yourself in the mirror and figure out what you need to do as the starting quarterback for this Miami Dolphins franchise to help them win football games. In terms of the head coach's job security, the GM's job security, you do your part. And that starts with you holding yourself accountable, starts with you holding your teammates accountable. Because right now you're passing the buck and you're blaming everyone else and you're calling out your teammates. Call yourself out.
I just don't know. I just feel like he called himself out. He said we. Where did he get? I'm just talking to Mike McDaniels. Where did he get that from? He just snatched that off the air. I think a lot of people snatching out of the air on Tua. He said we. I don't know, man. Now, does he have to take accountability? I mean, if he's saying he ain't taking accountability, that's another subject. But I mean, he was saying we. We. That's French, right? We don't speak French unless it's we. I don't know. Sound like we to me. But let's take a look at what Mike McDaniels had to say a couple weeks ago, and maybe he threw Tua under the bus a little bit too, right? I don't know. Let's check it out.
I wanted to protect the ball. I wish I could. I think the quarterback has to be responsible for it. However, I wish I could just put it on him, but I think it's a tough job to do when there's someone in your face. We need everybody needs to do better.
I mean, listen to this dude talk, man. Listen to this dude talk. He sound like the leader of men in you, man. He sound like he don't know what he want to say.
I wanted to protect the ball. I wish I could. I think the quarterback has to be responsible for it. However, I wish I could just put it on him, but I think it's a tough job to do when there's someone in your face. We need everybody needs to do better, and we can't. If you got to ditch the ball to the flat in moments like that, and that's what we.
Is he not up there throwing Tua under the bus? So that's what we got going on in Miami, man. You got coach throwing the quarterback under the bus, Tua throwing him back under the bus, and I mean Tua's just kind of reacting like I said earlier when it came to Tyreek Hill. When it came to Tyreek Hill, he just reacted to him. He was the one talking shit. So Tua, he just don't want to be quiet no more, man. And not in a bad, in a good way. Like, nah, y'all ain't just gonna keep doing shit and talking shit. And I don't never say nothing. That's not cool. That's not cool at all. So I ain't saying Tua is the greatest quarterback in the league or nothing like that, but man, nah. We ain't gonna keep doing that. All right, next up, man, Lions versus the Chiefs, man. The Chiefs beat the Lions 30-17. Matter of fact, they spanked the Lions 30-17, man. Hey, I told y'all earlier, the Lions be lying. The Lions ain't played nobody. They ain't beat nobody, okay? And the teams that they did play, like Green Bay and the Chiefs, they got beat on. So everybody can talk about the Lions as this and that, man. I need to see the Lions beat somebody this year, man. And they unimpressed me in the playoffs last year when they let Washington and the rookie quarterback run up on them. And now you letting any good team that you come across run up on you and beat you. They make you look different. I'm just saying, man. You got held to 17 points by the Chiefs defense. And then you got held to 10 points versus the Green Bay defense. Right? So yeah, Lions, you need to step your game up, man. We got a lot of people out here talking shit for the Detroit Lions, and I'm not a Detroit Lions fan at all. All hail Barry Sanders, but other than that, skip the Lions. Skip the Lions. So I shall talk my shit on the Lions at all time. And I don't even know why. There's always been like a Detroit, little Pittsburgh rivalry, hockey-wise. Matter of fact, let's check the hockey game, man. What the Penguins going? That was hours ago. They started at 10:30. Yeah, but anyway, man. Yeah, we don't bang with Detroit around here. But we really mad at Detroit because you done let the Chiefs back in this shit. You done let the Chiefs back in it. Chiefs sitting at 3-3 now. That's playoff contention type shit. We thought we could have got rid of the Chiefs like we got rid of the goddamn Ravens. But no. That one game could have sent them to 2-4 instead of 3-3. There's a huge difference between 2-4 and 3-3, especially in Patrick Mahomes' mind. Especially in Patrick Mahomes' mind. So I think the NFC is in trouble. Fucking with the 3-3 Chiefs. I'm sorry, the AFC. Did I say NFC? Ooh. Anaheim Ducks and the Penguins are tied up 3-3 at the end of the second. Might have to catch that third period after this. But yeah. Man, the Chiefs. No one wants to see the Chiefs. There's a reason we hate the Chiefs. There's a reason we think the refs is cheating. Because we tired of the motherfuckers. Right? And the Chiefs hate us too. We used to dominate the Chiefs here in Pittsburgh, so they lick back. But damn, man, y'all don't let them pat back in it. And that's the only really team, I swear to God, that's the only quarterback I'm scared of for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Just like he's the new Tom Brady for the Steelers. He's going to slice you up, bro. We could beat Josh. We know we could beat Lamar. But motherfucking Patrick? And he's back to MVP form, man. He is back to MVP form. But yeah, another thing that happened in that game, Juju and Branch get into the big fight. Branch wound up getting suspended. Juju did hitting for the cheap shot. But Juju always been about that life when it comes to the cheap shots, man. He always been about that life. We know that. So, he going to get his, and, he got his after he got his ass whooped a little bit. That's how it looked, at least, He wanted to fight, but he ain't really want to fight. He wanted some respect, but he ain't really want to fight, though. You know what I mean? So, he attacked Branch, and Branch wasn't feeling that shit. Fucked him up. I thought it was funny. I thought it was real funny. All right. The 49ers couldn't handle the Buccaneers, man. There's a lot to say about that game. Of course, Baker Mayfield went off, running the ball and passing the ball to no-name receivers. Your boy Taz Johnson just swore he was the MVP. Let's listen up.
Funny story. I'm going to tell y'all a funny story. This is crazy. When I score and I hear MVP chant, I'm thinking they talking about me. So I asked Shep. I'm like, Shep, they was chanting MVP? And he was like, yeah. I was like, I ain't do nothing this year. And then he was like, they talking about Baker, Taz. I was like, well, that explains it. But he is the MVP. The one he got the first down on, he said he blacked out. But, I mean, that's just Baker. Pump fake it everybody. Just like, oh, my God, he's a dog.
Heard that? He's a dog. That's what Taz Johnson got to say. Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 5-1 after the big win over the 49ers, which was also 4-1 at the time, man. So, yeah, they stepped up, beat a good coach, beat a good team, beat a good roster. And, yeah, the Buccaneers is here. I don't know what else to say. All right, Colts and Cardinals. Last week, the Colts survived the Cardinals, man. The Cardinals, like I said, on a 3-game losing streak. And, damn, it just ain't good, man. Is it 3 or is it 4? What is it? It might be 4. I think it is. I think they started out 2-0. Yeah, 4-game losing streak. That's what I thought. Yeah, they out on a 4-game losing streak. But they was banging with the Colts, man. And you know what, though? It was Jacoby Brissett at quarterback. It was not Kyler Murray. Jacoby Brissett, why do he always do that? He always come in looking like the better quarterback as the backup. Boy, you been a backup forever. Coming slicing and dicing, make a decision, and you got to sit him on the bench because you're paying somebody else too much. But damn. But yeah, man, hey, Colts. Talked about him earlier. Shane Stetchen, my candidate for Coach of the Year. And the Colts just keep rolling. Jonathan Taylor keeps rolling. Daniel Jones, Indiana Jones keeps rolling. Ain't nothing changed yet. At the top of the AFC, along with the Steelers. You remember that from the 90s? That's how we got to the Super Bowl with Bill Cowher for the first time. Beating the Colts in Pittsburgh. Could this be the rematch season? Huh? Can this be the rematch season? I think the Steelers got a lot of work to do. They want to get ready for the Colts. But it can be done. All we got to do is make Daniel Jones look silly. And shut down a run. But not so easy, man. The Colts are here. They're here to stay. All right, Seahawks and the Jags. Seahawks beat the Jags 20-12. I thought the Jags was a good team. This was one of my kind of games of the week right here. And the Seahawks stood up to the Jaguars. Took them out, man. They needed that win. They would be 2-3 instead of 3-2. That's a big difference, man. Big difference. And once again, Sam Darnold goes off. He's looking legit. Looking better than Travis Hunter. This was kind of like a QB duel right here. Right? But the best receiver won this QB duel right here. Because ain't nobody messing with Smith and Jigba, man. Ain't nobody messing with Smith and Jigba right now. He's looking elite. He's looking like Justin Jefferson. He's looking like Jamar Chase. He's looking like T. Higgins. We got a new dog in the house. It is Smith and Jigba, man. He's making the Seahawks look real good, man. As long as him and Sam Darnold's on the same page, this shit ain't going nowhere. It is not going nowhere. All right, New England had to face the Saints, man. They got out of there. The Saints, New England did a good job versus the Saints. Took them out. And now they sit first place in the AFC East over the Buffalo Bills. You know what I mean? So the Saints is tough, but hey, they handled them boys, man. What was the score of that game? It was 25-19. Like I said, man, Saints ain't no punks. They be in games, bro. They didn't beat the Giants. You know? They get demolished by the Seahawks and counted by the Bills, 31-19. They hung in there with the Cardinals, and they hung in there with the 49ers. Two teams I think's okay. So, yeah, man, like I said, the Saints ain't no bumps, man. Saints ain't no bumps. Now, to get to the Carolina Panthers and Dallas Cowboys, I was excited to talk about this game because Dallas Cowboys thought they was going to come to Carolina and just run shit, right? You got all the fans in Carolina, whatever, from back in the day. But no, Carolina handled them boys, 30-27. And Carolina's 500 right now, 3-3. 3-3. But the running back, Rico Dowdle from Carolina, is really the one that impressed everybody because he just had the big yards, man. I ain't seen really nothing like this in a while, bro. In a while. Dowdle with 183 rushing yards and 30 carries. That's what I ain't seen in a while. The 30 carries thing threw me off. They really fed this boy. And did y'all hear about him talking shit like the Cowboys better buckle up? I'm coming. You know what I'm saying? My former team type shit. I love them former team games, man. I love them. Bryce Young pitched in with 199 yards with 3 touchdowns. And Carolina finally steps up at 3-3. Where can Carolina take this though, man? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Because I do think Carolina's a solid team. Where can they take this? Where can they take this 3-3? I would love to see Carolina finish over 500 this year, 9-7. And can they get on the roll to go 10-6? Let's see what the Carolina Panthers schedule look like. You got the Jets next week. That's a lot of potential. Then you got the Bills. Then you got Green Bay. Then you got the Saints. Okay. 2 teams you know you could beat. Bills and Packers going to be a challenge, but just beat one of them. Just beat one of them. You be in the game. Then you got Falcons, 49ers. You know the Falcons ain't coming to play. Rams, Saints, Buccaneers, Seahawks, then Buccaneers. Looks like the Panthers going to have an opportunity to fuck shit up for the Buccaneers, though. And I like that. I truly do. I truly like that. So, yeah, man, that's what's up. Third period in the hockey game. Penguins is 2-1. Anaheim Ducks 1-1. Early in the season, but they said my Penguins was going to be trash. And I'm excited to see if they could do something this year. For real, for real. But I definitely appreciate y'all in the chat, hitting the like button, subscribing to the channel. Don't forget to share the channel either. You know what I'm saying? Because I need that, man. It's the only donation your boy Filthy Rich is asking for. That's it. So hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will be around. You already know that. Sunday morning. Not 11 p.m., but 11 a.m. Okay? 11 a.m. before the games. We turn up. We talk Steelers. We talk sports. We talk shit. We talk NFL before the games start. Betting, fantasy football, whatever you want to get into. Interrupt the show. Call into the show. We always live. If we ain't live, this is the best show. The Tuesday night show is the best show to listen again at work in the morning. Kick it. You know what I'm saying? Take your time, listen to the show. But the Games Day show, that's to see what's up, man, and see what's going on before the games start. This Sunday, the Steelers don't got a game. So we'll be recapping Sunday morning on the Steelers game and talking definitely some fantasy football, some betting. We'll have plenty of time to do that on Sunday morning. All right? But all right, y'all, man. It's the Underground Sports Show. We out of here, man. Your host, Filthy Rich, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Everybody in the chat. We out of here.
Run, and that's your ass, or you done. It's the underground. It's the you really need it. It's the underground, man, we undefeated. Michael Jackson couldn't beat it, fourth down, couldn't reach it, man, your squad about to lose it. Go ahead and face the music, flip a coin, you still lost. Pay the cost to beat the balls, turn your motherfucking lights off. Yeah, CTE, these niggas can't see me. Got your head fucked up, got the game locked up, and it's over